Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Spartan Esports Streams. I am your host, Artemis, and I am here casting alone today. Here at Spartan Esports Streams, we provide quality streams for our fans so they can join us as we cover our players in their tournaments. We hope the stream showcases each team and game in their most entertaining light, and you'll continue to show your school spirit in our chat. Alright, so first off, we have on our side, on SJSU side, I should say, just to clarify, we have Olego, who is our Duck Hunt main, against Corbin, a Little Mac player from CSUN. For those of you who don't know, CSUN is Cal State Northridge, and it's in Los Angeles. So this is a very interesting matchup. Both characters aren't seen at a lot of super major tournaments. Obviously, notable Duck Hunt players at the highest levels would be people like Raito and like Zane and stuff, but Lil Mac, typically a character people consider the lowest in the tiers. So it's interesting that they started with the Little Mac, and from here we'll just see how it goes. They have just finished their hand warmer, so we'll see how Duck Hunt will be able to space himself against Little Mac. Little Mac, I feel like when he's on the ground and can get going, he's so ridiculously scary. And even though I do agree that he's most likely the worst character in the game, many good Little Mac players are able to play around his weaknesses to a very high level. And right off the bat, though, as I'm saying that, Duck Hunt just 0 to death this Little Mac so quickly, not even letting him get any space to even move. And I did think it was interesting, though, how Corbin tried fighting him in the air, and obviously it was in the title, when Little Mac first came out, that he is not an air fighter, so it's really interesting to see how that's how he played. However, percents are tied up, and Corbin is a full stock lead behind. But I feel like nice. As I say that, KO punch, obviously Little Mac's greatest equalizer. Obviously, Little Macs at the highest level are able to get it down very, very consistently. I feel like KO punch, it's like the rest of a melee Jigglypuff. Like, it can equalize games so quickly. Like, I feel like if he's able to get it again, which he is not, he could have definitely been in the stock lead there. However, Oleg, our Duck Hunt player, seems to have this down pretty easily. He is zoning very, very well, making sure to keep his spacing, keep his distance away from the Little Mac, who hits extremely hard close up, and with a percentage lead like that and no recovery from Little Mac, that will be it. A convincing win, 2 stocks upwards. And now we move on to the next game. It does make me wonder, though, what their thought process was, or what CSUN's thought process was, putting in Lil Mac up first. I feel like maybe their thought process was going for the weakest link first to scout out what we start off with and see if they could get a cheese win with the Little Mac. However, Duck Hunt won very convincingly, and now they have to play from behind with SJSU having a 2-stock lead. I wonder what they're now going to send out. I wonder if they're going to send out a player who has an amazing matchup against Duck Hunt, or someone else. I wonder what they're discussing here. It'll be interesting. I guess while we wait, I will announce the lineups. So we already saw Corbin, the Little Mac, and there's also Motita, which is a Mario player, Phantom 818, who is an Aegis Sisters player, and Turtle King, who plays Pit. There's also Christ Enjoyer. We don't have data on him, so it's going to be interesting if they send him out, as we will not be able to know what character he plays. Overall, though, the other characters in this lineup, I feel like will do a great job against Duck Hunt, since they are all able to get into his threat bubble, or yeah, get into his threat bubble and really punish Duck Hunt's zoning. Pit as well can zone himself if he needs to. But Mario, being an amazing combo character, can completely turn stocks around. So even if Duck Hunt constantly wins neutral, all Mario needs is a good conversion, and Duck Hunt will be sent to the stars. And Aegis Sisters, they're DLC characters. It'd be crazy if they didn't dominate. Especially since they are swordies as well. I feel like the disjoint really screws up with Duck Hunt's projectiles, most notably his can and his down B. And it seems like this player actually is not in our announced lineup, so we're going in completely blind. And this is going to be very interesting. Apparently he plays Mii Brawler, which is a very interesting pick as well. Mii Brawler, I feel like, is a very controversial character. I remember players like Esam think of the character as being very, very strong, while others write him off as being one of the worst in the game, just like Little Mac. And I can see an argument for both. However, we are not factoring in actual player skill and knowledge. So it'll be interesting to see if Pair could either surprise or disappoint CSUN entirely. Either way, they're going to need a lot of momentum to be able to tie this up and even take the lead. They're going to be on Pokemon Stadium 2, which many people agree is a nice stage to start off, especially in like matchups you're unsure of. anyways, each player is just throwing up their hands. And now we get into it. Now this Mii Brawler player, I was going to say that he was doing a good job of keeping his distance and waiting for Duck Hunt to make the first move. However, all Duck Hunt really needed to do was catch him because he's constantly going in the air, wasting a lot of his jumps. And even though he's getting a lot of stray hits, Duck Hunt is getting so much more off of just simply zoning and being able to shield and being able to hatch and call out all of these jumps and stray hits, it seems like. Like, that was a very questionable jump on Pear's part, but now he seems to be zoning with the shot put, which is a very underrated move. Can you imagine if Little Mac got that? Which did have him in the percentage lead for a little bit when he was zoning with shot put. However, now he's back as Duck Hunt is adapting to that. Now he needs to figure out a way in, because I still feel like he is jumping way too much against this Duck Hunt, who is able to just get so much off of these projectiles. I will say, though, it is quite close. Like any good hit from one player will do it, and as we see right there, Oleg gets a really, really solid up air for the kill, and now is able to simply play a lot more aggressive with that stock lead. With this being said, it is a full... CSUN is basically a full man down now. And just like that, the percentage is tied up as well. So Pear is going to need a crazy miracle for this one. I don't think Duck Hunt has taken a percentage in the past minute. Like, this is a really awkward position, and he's just going to die like that. That was some very questionable DI. Finally getting a hit off with his own can, but Pear needs some sort of hit that isn't a special. I feel like he's just throwing out straight specials and is not doing him any favors. He needs to hit another button other than B. But alas, SJSU is now 4 stocks ahead. So Pear's either going to need to step it up, or the player after him is going to definitely have to step it up as well. Finally gets the shot put down. Able to catch him with that. I do feel like that was very much avoidable on Duck Hunt's end. However, human mistakes do happen, and overall, like, regardless, Oleg just has this player downloaded, and like, all he needs is one good combo and maybe in the up air, and that'll do it. Like, it really feels like Pear is very unsure about this matchup. So I'm wondering what CSUN's thought process was putting him in. Maybe they thought Mii Brawler would be able to get into the Duck Hunt's face. And while I do like that idea, it feels like Pear just isn't trying to do that, and instead zoning with shot put, which now that I think about it, is not a very good call. It did seem like that at first, but the way he was playing, it just didn't work out, and he was only able to take one singular stock off of that, while Oleg himself is now able to take 6, and let's see how much he's able to take with just one stock remaining from the third player CSUN decides to throw out. Looking at the lineup again of CSUN, they have Christ and Joy left, Motita, Phantom 818, and Turtle King. Who Christ and Joy, we do not know who they play. Motita is Mario. Phantom 818 is Age of Sisters, and Turtle King is Pit/Dark Pit. So now CSUN is really going to have to come up with something in order to at least cut down the lead to a sizable amount. Because SJSU, or Oleg alone, is just absolutely dominating this crew battle. Now, as we wait, I wonder... I'm very unsure, if I'm being honest, who would be the best player on CSUN's team. So just matchup knowledge alone, I feel like someone like the Age of Sisters player, aka Phantom, would be a great call. Pyramithra, a character very easy of taking up the first stock. But as it stands, we can only just wonder how CSUN can stop this reign of dominance that Oleg is putting through their entire team. Running through 2 players and 2 characters with similar playstyles, albeit, of course, Mii Brawler is so much better in the air, which makes him a lot better of a character. And Mii Brawler also able to zone a bit with Shot Put. But looking back at both games, it just really felt like both players were really unsure how to deal with the zoning of Duck Hunt. Both players, it really did seem like they were also nervous, I wonder. That could also be in something. But at this level, you can't be nervous, you just have to... I feel like you just have to go for it. Go for wherever you can. Because I feel like if you play nervous against a zoner, it just gets even worse. Speaking from experience. And as we see, we have Turtle King, which is their pit player. I wonder if they're gonna go pit or dark pit. I'm most likely thinking dark pit, just because dark pit, I feel like, would be much more able to get those early stocks off, which they need, because Oleg is only at 1 stock. They only need 1, and in order to cut this lead, we just know your characters, guys. Don't worry about it. We work with the manager, and we're able to get intel as easy as cutting a knife through butter. Now, maybe scary. Don't worry, that's all we know about you guys. But anyways, they're probably now choosing the stage, if I would guess. I do wonder what kind of stage they would pick to stop the rampage of Duck Hunt. And well, I'm sorry to hear that. Dacorbinator. Gotcha. I see. Just getting word that there are actually new players on CSUN's teams. It looks like they are going PS2 here. That's the... It looks like Turtle King is not going to be going Dark Pit. Like, we had Intel on, he is going the Terry. I feel like this matchup is probably a lot better, actually, than the Dark Pit matchup. Being able to get into his face and use the go meter. So, we're just going to see each player warm up and Oleg take out his stocks. And here we go. Turtle King being able to get a nice conversion. Going from 3 to 32%. Very, very nice. And now is able to get a lot in. However, as I say that, Duck Hunt finally finding his footing and able to get a lot of conversions out of the way and get him all the way up to 120%. Consistently winning neutral, all he needs is an up air and that'll do it. Or he could get blown up by a can. There's also an option. Little King, though, able to get into his face and bait out a lot of the projectiles. Now all he needs is a good, maybe Burning Knuckle, or even maybe a dash attack could do it. And SJSU Esports will need to finally switch up to a new character. And there you go. Olego in total took 7 stocks overall. Absolutely amazing performance. But now SJSU is going to go on to their second man, playing against CSUN's third man, who only has 2 stocks. And I do feel like Terry does have crazy comeback potential still. So I wonder who SJSU Esports is going to put out. It seems like SJSU is going to be putting out Sonam Slash, who is a young Link player here. Yep. Young Link, I feel like, can be argued to be very similar to Duck Hunt, actually, just with all the projectiles. And a lot of pretty easy kill options, albeit Young Link is a lot more nimble. So, this will be interesting to see how Turtle will be able to play against a Young Link. No, as they do their picks and bans, I do wonder, hypothetically, who would be up next? Say this Terry is able to make a crazy comeback against our young Link. And if not, who will CSUN pick as the 4th man to deal with yet another zoner-like character who can convert really high percents into easy kills as well with insanely strong aerials such as up air and down air. Seems like we are going Kalos. Kalos is really high ceiling. Makes it really hard for someone like Terry to kill at an earlier percent. And even though the same could potentially be said about Young Link, I feel like young Link is much better at killing in the air. So we'll see how this one goes. Up air obviously being a very strong kill option, as well as even up B, if he's able to go high enough. But as we get into this, let's see it. So I'm going to slap that B button like there's no tomorrow to begin it. Really nice parry by him as well. Already in the percentage lead, but Terry so strong, able to even it up right back up with just a couple of hits. And I feel like now Terry's actually doing a lot better, knowing this time around to get into the zoner's face in order to unleash some crazy strong moves. Sonam still has the better neutral though, and we're seeing that right now as he's able to get so much more percent off of that and even confirm with a kill, like with what I was talking about earlier, up air being so good as a kill option, and it comes out very, very fast as well. Oh, a very unfortunate SD. So now once again, SJSU is up. Complete 6 stocks, which is 2 players worth. So these last 2 players of CSUN are going to have to be very clutch. And I know they said CSUN says that there's a couple players here that are new this semester. However, esports is a cold industry, and teams will not go easy regardless of your skill level. So as we wait for CSUN to put out their second to last player, I believe. Oh, okay. Put in the last player. They really need to think about, like, first off, how actually to defeat a young Link, and also do it while not even losing a singular stock, because every stock will count at this point. So this last player is going to have to heat up like a microwave. Now I believe, looking back at information my manager has given me, this should be the Aegis player. Oh, I guess it is actually Motita, which is their Mario player, who they have mentioned is new this semester. So let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can bring to the table for potentially the last match. of this crew battle. And we do know he plays Mario. Mario, being a character known for struggling against swordies. However, young Link isn't your average swordie. So this could either go very wrong for the Mario or even make his matchup even better. As aside from his projectiles, young Link feels quite slow in every other attack compared to Mario. Except for stuff like his up air, as I was saying. Mario also does have cape to mess with the projectiles and even reverse Link's up B. Yink, I should say. It looks like we are going Battlefield. And Motita's actually going Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario, I feel like can kill at a lot earlier percents. But trades it with being able to recover a lot worse. And also unable to use that flood, which can really screw around with the playstyle of young Link, who constantly wants to jump and throw projectiles. Ooh. And as we see, Motita utilizing that cape very, very much. Maybe a little too much, I feel like. Able to trade there. No stocks taken just yet. But overall, it's still anybody's game. And wow. Being able to down B while being hit by Link's up B. Ooh. And down air, able to just hit him so unexpectedly. You know. Dr. Mario, I feel like it's also a lot slower than regular Mario. Even though he has a lot more kill potential. And I also feel I was also kind of wrong. Like, young Link up air and down air do come out fast. However, though, the same could not be said about his forward and back air. But regardless, Sonam looking massively in control here. Being able to win neutral so many times and just play around the deflections of the cape. Keeping stage advantage, as well as being able to keep Dr. Mario down in disadvantage and making him feel a lot more careful. There you go, yet another stock down. I believe that was a tilt attack now. An amazing thing about most swordies is even their tilts, it's so easy to kill with them. So now this could be potentially Motita's last stock, which means this could be the end soon. However, we should not count him out just yet, as he was able to get that stock really safely with only being at 33%. This is still very much winnable for Motita. And as we're saying that, very good conversions coming up. Being able to get a full 88 to only taking 15% with this new stock. Able to get him 102 now with a nice back air. I feel like all Motita needs now is just a good conversion, maybe pill into something, or maybe just a stray smash attack, and will be it. And yeah, he's going to hold on for one more time, and SJSU is now forced to put in a third man. Now, knowing who SJSU has left, they can pretty much put in anyone they want. Seems like they're going to be putting Matchu, which is our Ike player. Like I was saying earlier, like regardless of which Mario you are, whether it be Doctor or regular Mario, Swordies are such a rough matchup for you, especially Ike, whose Nares can convert into so many different things, and just like both Young Link and Duck Hunt, like any strong aerial, whether it be the up air, fair, or even maybe the down air, if you're able to spike with that, can instantly just completely ruin Motita's career. Ike also being quite slow though, so if Motita is able to play around the Nares, as they do have a lot of end lag, and Dr. Mario can definitely get conversions off of that, or punishes, I should say. It is definitely possible to be able to take out Ike with only a singular stock, though. Final Destination will be a tough stage to play on as Dr. Mario, as you won't be able to have the platforms to move around on and dodge all of Ike's slow attacks. But at the same time, Ike will have a little bit of a harder time being able to juggle you. So we will see how this goes. Alright, now it is time, potentially the last game for today. Oh, okay, got it. But potentially last game for the first round. Ike is going to be able to do that. Well, that was pretty anticlimactic.
I submit to no one.
I was gonna say, he was getting those really strong aerials out, being able to put the Dr. Mario in disadvantage, and then able to just hold B there, and completely surprise the Dr. Mario player, as not a lot of people would expect that K-Light from there. Well, that concludes the first round of the series. We'll go and do a brief intermission before the next game. Alright, we are back. Now, we have our King K. Rool player against the same Little Mac from the first game of the first round. Let's see if this Little Mac can change it up. As, obviously, he was saying that he was food poisoned. Very unfortunate. I hope he gets better soon. Or I hope he's better now. He seems to be playing a lot better, and as I say that, gets hit with the crown and sent off stage. However, is able to get a side beat out to get back into neutral. King K. Rool doing a great job of defending against Little Mac's very strong attacks. As I say that though, gets a little too greedy. Ends up in his face while he has KO on and gets punished for it. And almost able to answer back there. This should be the stock though regardless, but it definitely took a lot more effort to be able to even things up. So I was really unsure how that was gonna go. And able to just cheese out a stock right there. Really easily. Now Corbin's gonna have to play the comeback story yet again. A counter that was way too early. King K. Rool able to just stay grounded against this Little Mac. Beating Little Mac at his own game. Like, even though he's technically in disadvantaged state right now, like, King K. Rool, it's so much easier for King K. Rool to come back and win neutral and even reverse edge guard this Little Mac as well. And regardless, even if Corbin takes this stock, he's going to have to take yet another one as he misses that KO punch. And wow, every time Little Mac gets on the stage or gets off stage, it is absolutely frightening as he's able to just cut him off with that super armor. What a crazy way to go down. Once again, as if history repeated itself. Player 1 from SJSU is going to two-stock the first. Pensive. But yeah, instead of it being Oleg this time, it is Pensive with the starting off the round with a two-stock lead against the exact same Little Mac. And while I feel like Little Mac did so much better than he did against the Duck Hunt, it still was not enough as King K. Rool able to get those crazy cheese KOs. As you saw in the last two stocks where Foods will just throw him, stage spike him, and there's no coming back if you're Little Mac. It's just really unfortunate. And also able to completely cheese him with the super armor, blocking his side B and making it to where he cannot get back stage. So the struggles of being a Little Mac main. Albeit, Corbin did put up an excellent fight. And regardless, I am glad that we were able to see him on the first round, as any game with Little Mac is able to raise eyes of anybody, as when Little Mac go crazy, he go crazy. But anyways, I wonder if Oh, looks like it's going to be pair again. I wonder if they're sticking with the same exact order of players. However, this time, pair is going to be playing the Robin, which definitely, in my opinion, has a great matchup against King K. Rool. Against many heavies, actually. Being able to double arc fire is something I see a lot with Robin players when they go against heavies. He also had the side B, or the down B, my bad. Able to lifesteal and get out of kill percentages, while also being very easy to hit since it is against a heavy. And also, crazy edgeguard potential with, as I mentioned earlier, the arc fires and Thoron. Absolutely amazing moves. So let's see how this one goes. They are going to be... Now look at the stage. It's gonna be Kalos. Kalos actually not a bad stage for Robin. Yeah. And here we go. A little bit of zoning over here. Nobody getting into each other's face right away. Kind of just spacing out a little bit. King K. Rool, though, winning neutral with heavies is just so rewarding. He's just able to get a spike just like that. King K. Rool's advantage state, absolutely ridiculous. And the way he gets back into neutral is just crazy as well. Like, you need to really... I feel like King K. Rool, to me, is one of those noob killer characters where you really have to know what the character does. Because he just has, like, so much cheese and so much potential, like, turnaround type kind of moves. Where he's just able to cut off leads and kill extremely early. As he's able to just take 2 stocks while only taking 56 flat %. Absolutely ridiculous here. And he's even gonna have the % lead while also being 4 stocks ahead. And as I say that, pair able to get that double arc fire conversion off. Not able to follow up as ideally as Robin would want to. He's unable to catch him with the rest of his projectiles, like his Arc Thunder and even some more Arc Fires if you'd like. And wow. Just an absolute slaughter it felt like. Let me see how long that was. Oh. Don't let you see it. But yeah. It really did seem like deja vu, where instead of Oleg this time around, it's instead our beloved King K. Rool player, Pensive, able to only lose 1 stock while taking out 6 against CSUN. Now this raises some eyebrows, like, who can stop the King K. Rool? Because it does seem like they're going Turtle King yet again. He did go 3rd in the last round. But I feel like, though, a King K. Rool on fire is a lot harder to deal with than a Duck Hunt on fire. So we'll see if CSUN is able to completely nullify and invalidate that take of mine. Especially if Turtle goes Terry again, I feel like Terry can maul K. Rool. But obviously, he's gonna have to do a lot here. And probably won't be able to rely on the go meter too much, as that can only work on when Terry's at high percents, which probably doesn't want to be at a high percent when they're so behind on stocks. Probably wants to stay low. However, if Turtle does decide to change it up here, maybe go like Pit or something, it'll be interesting to see how someone with lots of spacing and zoning will be able to deal with the juggernaut power of King K. Rool. And Pit also being a character too who can definitely struggle with killing heavies. That'd definitely be an interesting matchup. Alas, as we wait, why don't I ask the viewers, how is everyone doing? I want to give a shout out to all the viewers in the chat, as these are some quite exciting matches, especially when crazy kills happen like the ones against the Little Mac. And of course, last game there were some absolutely crazy turnovers in stocks, like how Ike was able to just put Dr. Mario off stage and simply hold a B in order to kill him. That's such a low percentage. But yeah, CSUN playing from behind once again. They're really gonna have to heat up. Maybe if they're able to take out Pensive with only losing at most one stock, then maybe it'll be a lot better for them, and they will be able to hook and go on a rampage. But as it stands, SJSU looking very dominant in this crew battle. Congratulations, Johnny Quantum, and your team for securing second in your group. Very, very nice to hear. Hopefully SJSU can close it out. However, oh, looks like Turtle King will be picking the Dark Pit here. I am hearing. Now, we were just talking about that matchup. Gonna definitely be a very exciting one. Yep, that is correct, Johnny Quantum. If you win, we can qualify for the last chance qualifier. So we're basically playing to qualify for a qualifier. That's just how esports goes. As we get into Pokemon Stadium 2. We have Dark Pit versus King K. Rool. A very interesting matchup indeed. Like, this could get real exciting real quick.
3, 2, 1, go!
Pensive will have to take a stock here, but now it is time. Ooh, that was nice. I don't know if he called that out or that was just pure reaction. But King K. Rool able to turn it over. Just some simple nairs. King K. Rool, man, so ridiculous as he's able to just space out a really strong forward smash. To even up the stocks of both players, and that's not even accounting for the fact that SJSU has a lot more manpower in the back, as he's able to just spike right there. Oh my god. King K. Rool's advantage. I'm gonna sound like a broken record saying this, but it's too much. It's too much to handle. Pensive just going at it right now. And yes, while he is in a disadvantage, he's able to just turn it over right then and there. Keep in mind, he has yet another stock to work off with, so hypothetically, even if he does lose this one, it'll be so much easier for him to get back. Very reckless of Turtle King to go for that side B, by the way. Wanted to point that out. As he's just able to not even lose that stock. Down air, back air, whatever. They just give King K. Rool. King K. Rool has just way too many options to be able to turn over complete games, and it's just crazy to see. Being able to take stock so quickly that I can't even remember how King K. Rool took the first stock. It just happens too quickly. Oh, now I remember. Simple forward smash. Absolutely ridiculous. Gotta give props to Pensive here. Knowing the ins and outs of King K. Rool. Being able to seem like he's in disadvantage, and then as I'm talking, just turn it over just like that. Crazy. Absolutely crazy by Pensive. And it's even funnier to think about how Pensive is getting each stock in a different way. Like, as I said just now, he got that first stock with forward smash. He got that second stock with back air, and then he's just able to down air off stage. Going absolutely crazy. And keep in mind, Pensive apparently is a Luigi main. And as Johnny Quantum is asking in the chat, is this about to be an 11 stock? We don't know. But as it is looking, it is definitely possible. Like, let's say, hypothetically, they pick Dr. Mario again. That is definitely an interesting matchup. And I don't see Dr. Mario doing too much in that one. Dr. Mario is going to have to one-man army this. He's going to have to go full LeBron James mode. If CSUN wants to even get to see another round. See though, if Motita even goes Dr. Mario, he might go regular Mario. I could see that being a lot more tolerable of a matchup with Mario's speed and as well as advantages like the Flood. Cape for both characters is also a very solid option to deal with King K. Rool's recovery. Both Marios also have ways of spiking. It looks like he is going to go the Mario, as I was just talking about. And I definitely agree with that pick. Mario, I feel like, has a lot more comeback potential than Dr. Mario, just because of the more manageable recovery. But yeah. Forward air too, as I feel like, is also a lot more reliable for spiking. And I know it's not spiking. Actually, it's actually Meteor. As I am unable to see a screen now. It looks like we're having technical difficulties. Yeah. Who said Pensive is a Luigi main? I'm back on the stream, by the way. Which is good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Luigi, too, can make crazy tornado. That's probably why he's able to do so much with the King K. Rool, as he's originally a Luigi main. Luigi able to just kill you at 0, no matter what percentage he's at, just with that insane up B, and even maybe some misfire cheese. I'm sure it's happened before. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. Motita gonna attempt to get a combo off on this Beast K. Rool, and he's gonna succeed finally, but not before taking 32%, whereas 32% is quite a bit, especially for what's at stake here. I'm sure he would have much rather wanted to 0 to death, but he seems to be in control so far, and Motita is actually playing this matchup really, really well, so it doesn't seem like any turnover is going to happen here, as Pensive is now at a full 140%. That up B could not enough to kill. However, one good up smash will, and even maybe another aerial that isn't down there, because I assume it's a little bit stale. Ouch. 73% though. K. Rool can definitely kill you at this That splash dodge was indeed quite questionable. I feel like he should have just stayed in shield there. And there though, or back air I should say, able to finally close out this stock. And it's been a while, but we're finally seeing this King K. Rool lose a stock. Albeit Motita did take 102. But it's not gonna matter because just as we were suspecting or kind of speculating that Mario in this matchup, very nice, able to use his spike, his meteor, and his cape to fuck with King Cole, or screw with King K. Rool's recovery. So no 11 stock here. Motito too, also not going to be losing the stock there. Losing any sort of stocks there, which is good for CSUN. But not good enough as he has to take 9 more stocks with his 3. As we are going to go Transients now. Transients being our Lucario player, but he might go something different here. And as we wait for SJSU to lock in their next player, or character, I should say, it just makes you wonder, like, what can a Mario do with 3 stocks to 9? Like, how much can the Mario do? Mario, though, always going to be a great comeback character, no matter what situation he's in. So, I'm excited if Motito is able to get... If Motito is able to get a 3 stock on this next player, then I can see this definitely being winnable. And something seems to be going on here. Is this a potential forfeit by CSUN? I am very confused here. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, that was definitely very anticlimactic. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned into this broadcast. Any new followers, subscribers, and donors will be properly thanked at the start of the next stream. Catch us next time to have your name heard live for one of our casters. And of course, come by to support our players. Have a great evening, and we wish you the best. Until next time. This is Artemis TCG signing off. Thank you. Are you serious?
Step into the ring.
All right. Seems like we are back. They are not going to forfeit. They are going to try and make this 3-11 comeback.
Choose your fighter.
Man was autopiloting. I mean, I wouldn't blame our manager for thinking that it was over, as our King K. Rool put in way too much work. That, like, it was just crazy seeing Pensive play today. It's crazy seeing everyone play today. But not over yet. We still have potentially a lot more games to go. And me as a person, I never count out any player in any sort of game. So we will see how this one ends. Now coming back, we're not entirely sure who uses the transience tag. So we are about to see. In my opinion, I wonder if SJSU is going to pick, preferably, a character with a disjoint, as that is something Mario universally struggles with, are characters with disjoints. However, regardless of matchup, there's still hope for Mojito to turn it around. As we saw in the game against the King K. Rool, he won that pretty convincingly, albeit King K. Rool only had 2 stocks to his 3 and he was at 100%. So if King K. Rool did have one more stock, he could have. gotten a stock, but we shall see. I do want to take a moment to shout out all of our players, though, and the players of CSUN for coming out. Being able to at least try their best. So SJSU is going to bring in our Ike player, aka Matchu, who was able to end off Mojito's last round. We'll see if he can do it again, though, now that Mojito has a full 3 stocks instead of just 1, where he was able to just get cheesed by a... Yeah. Yeah, it is just Modi. But as I was saying, Ike there was just able to hold B and end the round. She won't be able to do now, as Mojito has 3 stocks instead of 1 like last round. So we'll see. This would be considered a fair fight, however, as we all know, Modi's the only player left, and he has to play 3 entire SJSU players with only 3 stocks, so we shall see. They are going Battlefield as well, which could go either way, in all honesty. Either Ike will juggle or Mario will juggle. Ike, I do feel like, has the advantage here because of the disjoint. But Mario, if he's able to properly stay out of Ike's threat bubble, it'll be a miserable time for Ike, especially with Ike's lackluster recovery really hindering him from being able to get back on stage safely for the most part. And now, here we go. Here we go. Potentially the last game. Although I really do believe Mojito can do it. The question is, will he? As both players, no need to SD or anything like that. They can just go on right ahead when they're ready. Nice little standoff here. We got the Mario versus Ike. Like, man, every time I think of this matchup, I just... Oh, is there a... What is going on? A controller issue? Dang. Alright. That should be the fix to it. They're gonna just check buttons here, though. Unless they're actually starting. It seems like they are. Ooh, nice up smash there. Up smash out of shield. Albeit, to start it off, not ideal, though. You'd much rather get a combo just like that. They're not gonna connect. So, Ike is able to get back into neutral and right back out of it once again, getting hit with a string of up airs. Able to finally get some percent on with the up B. A good get off me tool. However, not something you want to use too often, as that's just going to be the stock right there. Flood, I don't know if I mentioned, very amazing in this matchup with Ike's terrible recovery. It does make me wonder, what if Mojito went first and fought the King K rule with full stocks? Maybe CSUN would be in the lead, but we would not know for sure. Mojito, though, absolutely on fire in this game now. Just having so much control over this Ike. Being able to stay out of every possible threat bubble Ike has to offer, while finding openings of his own. Albeit, though, he is still playing a lot more risky. I feel like, as you saw with some of those stray up smashes. Like, those up smashes, even if they were to connect, wouldn't be able to kill, which is why I'm wondering. But it doesn't matter. A good Flood/Cape combo off stage is a guaranteed kill against Ike, if you're able to time it properly, as we just saw. And now all Mojito has to do is just quickly take this one once again, and Matchu will have to step down, and SJSU will now be at 3-6. Assuming he is unable to close out this stock, which is definitely very, very possible. As we're able to see that right here. Wow. Flood Cape for the first two stocks, and just simple Flood for the last one. Wow. I do feel like, though, Matchu was using that up B a little too much. As I was saying, you don't want to use that too much, as it is so easy to punish if your opponent is able to play around it. Which, Mario, too easy to punish. But we'll see what SJSU answers back with. It seems like they are going to go Olego's Game & Watch. And while I still feel that Mario, I should say, is still favored in this matchup, Game & Watch does have a lot of options that can really ruin a Mario's momentum. Obviously, there's that 9 cheese, being able to bucket fireballs, being able to have a good advantage state with his throws, and especially up air for juggling. Very good move.
Choose your fighter.
And even a little kill confirm being able to burrow the Mario and forward smash for a guaranteed kill at certain percentages. And even down air to down air especially actually to stop juggles if Mario isn't able to make them completely true. Or in other words, guarantee them. But yeah. Olego or Motita playing very, very well right now. I'm really excited to see how he plays this matchup out. Game & Watch, also one of those characters that many people in super majors outside of college esports you don't really see too often. Of course, there's players like Meister, but it is rare to see a player have that much success with Game & Watch, especially considering how floaty he is and how careful you have to be, as his ranges are very, very short, so you'd have to seriously play very close up as a Game & Watch player, despite him being very, very explosive. Same could be said about Mario, who is universally agreed to be a much easier character to learn and master, and also has a lot more combo potential than Game & Watch. And is even... And, like, I can't even say, like, as much as I want to say Game & Watch has a lot easier of kill potential, Mario's kill potential is nothing to scoff at. It is just so ridiculously strong. Being able to get one combo off and potentially turn over full stocks with just a simple up air into up B string, or even an up smash out of shield. Let's do this. Speaking of up air strings, Mario able to get one out there, but one thing I did forget to mention in the pre-game discussion was Game & Watch's up B and how it comes out very, very fast, and he's able to, as you just saw, get out of that string very, very quickly. As he will be hit with one again. However, it's not going to lead into anything too severe. 71% though, nothing to be proud of. Especially for someone as floaty as Game & Watch. But yeah, Nair is also something I forgot to mention as Game & Watch. Game & Watch's Nair, being able to drag down your opponent, very nice into coming up with some nice conversions and really screw it with the momentum. But as we'll see there, Mojito is gonna get a nice forward smash in. Down smash into forward smash though will be answered back with. However, it's not gonna. It won't be enough to kill, as Motita was down. Was under 100%, and Mario, not the lightest character in the world, but at the same time, even though he's not the heaviest, just in that middle range, I feel like able to just come out safely and live up to 130%, as he is able to get plenty of extra credit here. 90%, while he does whiff that up smash, is going to get punished for it with a nice forward air And then Game & Watch edge guards as well with that back air. With all the lingering hitboxes that Game & Watch has in all of his aerials, it is really tough to get out of disadvantaged state. As we are going to see him gain some momentum here. Very risky up smash. I wonder why he... I wonder if Motita is just feeling a lot more pressure now that this is his third game. And wow. I don't know. I don't think he expected that one. Bucket into a kill at only 101%. Not what you want to see here. Definitely still winnable for Motita. I would not like to count him out just yet, as he is going to get that. Wow, no sparks on that one. That just goes to show you how unexpected Mario's up B can be sometimes. Ooh, a nice way. Nice spacing by Game & Watch. Using the sausages to go into a grab and using the bombs to be able to get nice edge guard and completely end off this crew battle. Then and there with that forward tilt. Wow. Definitely didn't expect Olego to go off like that, as he was struggling early on, but wow. That just goes to show you that is the power of these Smash characters, and more specifically these lesser known characters like Game & Watch. Yep. And that concludes. This was definitely a very fun series to cast, and any new followers, subscribers, and donors will properly be thanked at the start of the next stream. And catch us next time. Thank you. This is Artemis TCG signing off, and thank you guys for watching.